I'm curious, Mary, like how much you think the sort of like the government sponsored conspiracy mongering around like America creating the virus ties in at all to the to sort of concerns and hesitancy that has filtered up through the system about approving foreign mRNA vaccines.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's striking how quickly those rumors started circulating, this concern about the virus and where it emerged and how its emergence could have been somehow unnatural in some way. I mean, to me, it was actually very reminiscent of some of the rhetoric that I saw around an event that happened much earlier in Chinese history in 1952. I don't know if you've come across the story of the bacteriological warfare allegations in the Korean conflict. In early 1952, Chinese and North Korean news media start reporting that in the theater of war in Northern Korea, but then also in Northeast China, strange bombs have been discovered, the remnants of bombs dropped by American planes that it's thought were germ bombs that contained spiders or material of various kinds that was full of cholera germs or typhoid germs or other kinds of pathogenic materials. And so the story that started emerging that was circulating was one of American bacteriological warfare. This played on the trauma of the Second World War and Unit 731 and Japanese biological warfare in Northeast China and other places. But those allegations gathered strength with global circulation through socialist international networks. There's a Cambridge connection to all of this, insofar as an international scientific commission was set up that brought foreign experts to Northeast China and Northern Korea to investigate the allegations. Most of the people on that commission were what we call fellow travelers, people with significant sympathies for the communist cause, allies of China, friends of China in different ways. Joseph Needham, an embryologist and cynologist here in Cambridge, was on that commission. And
And wasn't he like the only one who was like, wasn't there like one person who like didn't believe it and everyone else was like, shut up? Like, of course, the Americans are to blame.
yeah, I mean, if you look at his diaries from that commission, which I have, it's really fascinating to see him kind of struggle through trying to figure out ways in which these allegations could be plausible, could be scientifically possible. And yet, if you look at the 600-page report that this commission published, which he typed up, as I have, then you really kind of start to see some holes. And I mean, I should say that there's still controversy over those allegations today. So there's still questions around whether or not they're true. It's a long, complicated story that probably we don't have the time to get into. But I think looking at that diary, you really see this kind of way in which Needham is really struggling with it. And at one point in a letter to his wife, he actually says, sometimes I feel like I've been dreaming this whole summer. It's impossible to know if what I'm seeing with my eyes is really what I'm seeing, which I think is quite revealing in many ways.